We love Conway's Law because at its heart, Conway's Law is just saying that you can't hide who you are, you can't mask who you are. Conway's Law states that as an organization, if you set out to design a system defined broadly, you will inevitably produce a duplicate of your internal communication structures. And the way that we see that in the wild, we see it all the time, is let's say you go buy some clothes online. You have a great experience, great product selector, great imagery. You go to check out. Now it's a completely different experience. It's like, am I back in the 90s? Should I trust this company? Should I put my credit card in there? Or insurance. You call up, you want to talk about homeowners and car insurance. You have them with the same company, but the home insurance rep doesn't even know that you have car insurance with the same company. And this is what happens when Conway's Law plays out, is that those internal structures are just not aligned with the expected experience of the end user. And where I think companies go wrong is that they either don't put enough thought into how they're structured, it just kind of happens, which is natural, or they look at best practices that are out in the wild and they try to just take them one for one internally and say, hey, if this worked for company X, that has to work for us. And it just doesn't work like that. I think a great example was Spotify. Spotify had a model that really made its rounds and became fairly popular. And what they've since said, they've said, this didn't work for us. We don't recommend that you use this. We've actually tailored this and adjusted it over time, and we've matured it. And what I'd say is, even if it was the perfect model that worked for them, you still wouldn't want to take it internally because you're not Spotify. You need to look at the personality of your organization and the experiences that you want to deliver to your end users and take it from there back to what is the ideal organizational structure that you want to fulfill those experiences with. I think there's many times that it's just too much about the nuts and bolts of efficiency and velocity, and it's not about the experience. And so, it's the organizational equivalent of sucking in your belly and putting on a nice shirt. It's only going to last so long. You could have great product strategy, great brand strategy, but that's always going to be fighting with your internal organization and communication structures. Unless they're truly aligned, you'll have those friction points. So when thinking about how you're organized, you need to take a deep, hard, soul-searching look at who are you and who do you want to be, and let's figure out the structures that work based off of that and the outcomes you want to deliver to your end users.